Church Anywhere, written and narrated by Sister Charity Lombardo. When we think of church, we think of, well, a church. A pulpit at the front, a piano to the side, equally spaced out pews, a communion table in the center. These are the things we need to have church, right? But what if the pulpit was, say, a kitchen island? Is that still church? What if the pews were fold-up benches normally reserved for lunch? Is that still church? What if the communion table was a buffet table draped with a checkered tablecloth? Is that still church? Recently, a dear sister in my branch was having trouble breathing, making it near impossible to climb the stairs to the chapel. But for this sister, not attending church was not an option. So it felt weird, wrong even, that she'd have to rough it in the basement alone, while the rest of us sat comfy upstairs. Our intimate bunch wouldn't let it fly. Maybe we meet downstairs today? Our presiding elder asked the saints. A few confused faces tried to put the pieces together, wondering how exactly that would work. Ultimately, the consensus was, let's try it. Once the decision was made, each saint took on a job without as much as a huddle to game plan. Instinctively, a couple of us hoisted the microwave off the portable kitchen island, then wheeled it out into the space. By placing a Bible and Book of Mormon on its marble surface, it immediately transformed into a pulpit. A few others ran upstairs and returned with songbooks stacked high in their arms. Our makeshift chapel was coming together. 2 deaconesses laid out a communion set on the buffet table as if it were just as sacred. What usually held trays of Italian subs and pots of homemade soup became the setting for the Lord's Supper in seconds. Our deacon placed a couple of seats for our ministers near the kitchen island pulpit thingy, and voila, we had church. What followed was a service we didn't know we needed, as individuals and as a branch. A sermon strewn with reminders that God can do immeasurably more than you could ever ask or think. Ephesians 3:20. He can come down to your level when you can't get up to his. He can use what you've got, where you've got it, be it a chapel, a hospital, an airport, or an alleyway. You can church anywhere. Because when you think about it, Jesus didn't actually have a chapel. A synagogue maybe, sometimes. But mostly he had a pasture, a market, a river's edge, a widow's living room. He met people where they were, no matter the setting or circumstance. Jesus turned church from a noun into a verb as easily as he turned water into wine. He taught us that church is a place as much as a practice, a place you go and a thing you do. Now, yes, his house, our physical church building, is very much our home. A special place set aside to gather, pray, and sing his praises, safe from the outside world. And he always invites us in. But the invitation works both ways. If you invite him into your car while belting praises at the top of your lungs, if you're anointing your injured kid on the sidelines of a baseball field, if you're stuck in a tricky situation at work whispering prayers from the bathroom stall, that's church to him too. In my testimony that day, I shared that I'm taking an improv class where you learn how to make stuff up on the spot, be quick on your feet, and pay attention to those around you. I mentioned that our unexpected meeting setting was very improv of us, and that I was so proud that we were quick on our feet for Christ. We paid attention to our sister's needs. We opened the door for Jesus to join us, and he, without hesitation, came in. With a little nudge, Jesus opened our minds to the idea that while the Sabbath day is the Lord's day, you don't have to wait till Sunday to have church. His Spirit isn't limited to 4 perfect walls and a microphone. He doesn't need soft seats and air conditioning. He doesn't need a stained glass window, although, wow, those are pretty. He doesn't need perfect. He just needs you and a couple others gathered in his name. Whether you're outside under a tent, in a school auditorium, an office, a park, or a parking lot, he'll have church with you. So, where are you churching today?